Hey, what is up, everybody? I am here to give you guys a video today, and I'm going to explain why I'm doing this video now instead of like 3 months ago, I think. Or, no, like 2 months ago, actually. Um, I was thinking to myself yesterday, I really got to catch up on these WWE Network shows. I really got to do that at some point. And I figured today's kind of a perfect day. I'm not really doing anything right now, so I figured I'd sit down here and catch up on these WWE Network shows. I have a lot I got to catch up on because I missed most of them. So I'm going to do it now. I have, and I'm 3 episodes behind on this show. I'll just say what the video is now. I'm here with my review of WWE Jerry Springer Presents Too Hot for TV. Say What? Is the name of the episode. I'm doing, I kind of fell out of this review because I had gone to Florida and then I did, other stuff like go to Pennsylvania and go to the Cape that I really didn't have as much time to do this video. So I'm going to finish this series. I'm going to try to finish it today, but if I can't finish it today, then I'll try to finish it at some point. And I'm going to sit here and just finish out these review series. So let's get right into it. If you don't know by now, the show is hosted by Jerry Springer, who used to host the Jerry Springer Show. I think he does a fine job hosting the show. And yeah, I think he does a fine job. Now this episode is Say What. It's pretty much any edgy or any the theme of this episode is pretty much any time a WWE superstar has said something edgy on the microphone. And I really liked this episode here. I thought it was a lot of fun to watch. And the superstars they do is he goes through it. It's one of the superstars is The Rock. And it shows some of his lines that he says, like when he talks about the Big Show, and he says that when everybody hears your music, everybody just thinks Big Slow, and everybody just goes to take the leaf because he sucks. I thought that was great. One of his backstage interviews, he was talking about how he's gonna go out there and whip some candy ass. How when he was on commentary and he was talking about Mankind, and it looked like that he got shit out by somebody took a shit and that shit ended up being Mankind. I thought that was a funny line. When he told The Undertaker to stick his head up his own ass, that was funny. And it shows some of the ones that he doesn't even says about wrestlers. We see these two guys up there in suits, and he asks them what their favorite donut is, and he tells them to go down to Dunkin' Donuts and order a donut and squeeze out all the jelly because that was their favorite donut, was jelly donut, and stick it straight up your ass. I thought candy ass. I thought that was cool. One of the lines they did show though was with Booker T and Shane McMahon talking crap about them, talking about how Shane McMahon's a pussy and Booker T's, I thought that was funny. And I think that was the first one. And then when he was being interviewed by Lillian Garcia, and he asked Lillian Garcia if she gets wet when she sees him, and she asked if he wants to take a visit to his what do they call it, to his strudel, which is referencing his dick, and she says, "Oh yes, I would." And he just pretty much calls her crazy after that. One of them too is he was talking shit about Stone Cold Steve Austin, talking about how he smells like strudel. Really good stuff. But then it shows a couple of times where it's backfired on him. When he was having a match with Stone Cold Steve Austin, and he takes the camera and starts talking shit to him, and says that, and looks at the fans, starts talking shit to them. He even flips them off in the camera. And Stone Cold had gotten right back to his feet and gave him a Stone Cold Stunner through the announcer's table. And he said, "Fuck you," and flipped him off. I thought that was cool. And then it shows that epic beer bash they had on Raw when Vince McMahon gave the corporation the beer bath. I thought that was cool. Good stuff there. And it shows Sable and Jacqueline's feud. This was after This was after Marvelous Mark Merrill had broken up with Sable and went with Jacqueline. And Jacqueline was calling her a skank. and Sabre says that how often Sabre was asking, and that she doesn't have the body like she does, and Sabre was asking Jacqueline, how often do you rent your body out? And she says that my body's enough to keep men up throughout the night. That she ended up taking off like her clothes, and she was in like her bra and panties. That was pretty funny. Some good stuff there, and they even had like some fights and stuff like that. And it shows Chris Jericho and some of its insults towards Stephanie McMahon, and one of the insults, was when he's gonna take care of that filthy, slimy little beast. Which we were supposed to think because he was having a match at SummerSlam against Rhino. We were supposed to think that he was talking about Rhino, but then he said, and Stephanie McMahon was looking at Rhino, and then Chris Jericho says, "And I'm gonna take care of you too, Rhino." I thought that was a good line, and when Chris Jericho was talking about how Rhino's a man beast, and Stephanie McMahon's a whore, and that makes Stephanie McMahon a whore beast. That was pretty funny. And then it shows a line and then it shows one that John Cena does, talking about how Kurt Angle is gonna take a trip to Florida and go to put his mouthpiece in or something like that. And John Cena says, "I'm gonna put my piece in your mouth," which sounds really wrong if you think about it. He says that to Kurt Angle. He says, "Carlito, you like to spit apples in faces. Well, why don't you spit? Why don't you suck on these balls?" And then he just pretty much talked about how Lito's just a slut, and every time he gets near, he gets gonorrhea. So I think is what it sounded like. That was really funny. And that was when obviously when John Cena was in his first WWE Championship reign, and it was when he was still in his Thugonomic stage. So that's why it was funny. And then it shows CM Punk's pipe bomb from 2011. I've already talked about that, so there's no need to go through that again. And then it shows Bret Hart's pipe bomb from 1997 after he lost the steel cage match with Psycho Sid. I've already covered that. If you want to check out those videos, I'll post them in the description box, and I'll post a link. The CM Punk pipe bomb is up here, where it's going to be in. Well, I talked about it in the Best of Raw and SmackDown 2011, and the Bret Hart one's down here where I talked about it in a Raw match with him and Psycho Sid in a steel cage. And then it shows the rivalry between Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. And when Bret Hart was talking about how he should be how he was questioning how Shawn Michaels is a role model when he's posing for Playgirl. And Shawn Michaels asked, "How does he know he's posing for Playgirl? Have you been looking through the pages?" I thought that was really funny. He's like, "Could you not resist?" And you just started looking through the pages. That was really funny. And Shawn Michaels talking crap about the Hart family during a match that Owen Hart was having. I don't really know who he was facing, but Shawn Michaels went on commentary. He was in line with Triple H as DX at the time too. DX stands for D-Generation X, by the way. And Shawn Michaels was talking about how Stu Hart is dead, but his brain and body doesn't know it yet. That was funny. Shawn Michaels wiping his nose with the Canadian flag, and Bret Hart talking about how Shawn Michaels may have main evented pay-per-view, and he may be the top guy of the WWF at that time, which stands for World Wrestling Federation, but now it's WWE World Wrestling Entertainment. But he's just gonna kick his ass. And this was building up, obviously, to that match at Survivor Series in 1997, which we know, obviously, what happened there if you are a wrestling fan. If you don't know what happened, then look it up, because... and if you want to know what happened, you can click on the video there where I talk about it when I talk about it. And then it shows Edge and Matt Hardy's feud. Obviously, the reason this was happening was because Lita in real life actually cheated on Matt Hardy and ended up dating Edge. And Matt Hardy obviously got pissed about it, so this was supposed to feel like a real feud. Matt Hardy attacked Edge attacked Edge outside the fans, and Matt Hardy called Edge by his real name, Adam Copeland. Says, "Adam, you bastard! I'm gonna make your life a living hell. Lita, you whore." I think he even called Lita by her real name too, Amy Dumas, which was pretty cool. And he says that he's gonna make then he tried to jump Edge before he was having a steel cage match against somebody. I don't remember who it was. And Edge was even telling him, "Go back to the Indies, you bitch, you piece of shit." It was really cool stuff. I really liked their feud together because it was like an actual feud, because they actually hated each other. That's what made the feud good. And then it shows some of DX's stuff, like how they should be called Double DX. Triple H was talking about how he has a shotgun on his. I think he said a cock gun, which was funny. He has a shotgun cocked and loaded, I think is what he said, and he said, and how he dared the New Age Outlaws, which consist of the Woe Dog Jesse James and the badass Billy Gunn, to take a pit, and I think X-Pac too, to take a piss on some motorcycles backstage, and what else did they say? You know, when they were talking about Triple H and Shawn Michaels, because they were talking about Vince McMahon's little tiny wiener. When Shawn Michaels was telling everybody to suck it, really funny stuff. And then it shows them like doing that apology video where they were talking about how they're not only going to use the words ass, goddamn, ass, bitch, you know, stuff like that. I've talked about that before. It's a really funny video where they, because the USA Network in real life was upset that they were using that stuff, so they did that to make fun of them, to poke fun at them, because they were saying stuff like they were doing dick references, they were saying shit, fuck, goddamn, and all that stuff, and that was really funny stuff, and they're not supposed to say that on national live television, but that was just a whip. It was Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and China doing that stuff, and that was funny. And then it shows DX impersonating the Nation of Domination. Triple H was impersonating The Rock, and Road Dogg was impersonating D'Lo Brown, and Billy Gunn was impersonating Mark Henry, and Triple H was even talking about how he felt like he was on rock bottom when he couldn't nail a girl, so he had to give himself the SmackDown. And Billy Gunn thought it was funny, and Road Dogg thought it was funny, and Billy Gunn, pretending to be Mark Henry, said that I said that I smelled what you were cooking, but it wasn't very good, but I tried to eat that shit anyways. I thought that was funny. And then it shows him later on and mocking the corporation with Triple H pretending to be The Rock again, the Road Dogg pretending to be Vince McMahon, and Billy Gunn pretending to be Shane McMahon. That was funny. And all funny. That was just really funny. That reminds me, they did one for Mark Henry later on. Well, in 2013, the crowd was chanting "sexual chocolate," and John Cena was saying that obviously they want to have sex with chocolate. That was funny. And then it shows like how the fans react to stuff, and it shows some of the fans mooning the crowd and flash in the crowd anytime DX was on. That was cool, and DX would call for it. I thought that was actually pretty funny stuff. It shows what else does it show? The "what" chant from Stone Cold Steve Austin when he's talking about how he had like so many beers. He's like, I had another beer, then another beer, because every time the crowd chant one, he would just add one. And Vince McMahon is like, are you drunk? And he's like, no. And then he's like, I ain't drunk yet, I'm just getting started. And it shows that Stone Cold Steve Austin fan flipping off the crowd. And Stone Cold, in one of his promos, would like it. If you haven't watched this show yet, my name is Stone Cold Steve Austin, and if you have, give me a hell yeah. That was cool. And what else does it show? When Jeff Hardy did the Swanton Bomb to Bubba Ray Dudley, I think at WrestleMania 16, but I could be wrong. Either at WrestleMania 16 or 17, I'm not exactly sure. And everybody started chanting "Holy shit!" And when Kurt Angle was against the "what" chant, and he was telling everybody to stop it, and he's like, "This is the stupidest catchphrase ever. I'm Kurt Angle. I'm better than you in this." And he says, "Damn you, Austin, for creating this catchphrase." That was funny. The Rock pretending to Triple H by going, "Triple H, he has a $1 whore slut of a wife," and he talked about how he's gonna whip his ass. That was funny. Kurt Angle having like a monkey come out with like a big nose, pretending to be Triple H's like son. I thought that was funny. Oh wait, that's the fans. I'm on Superstars imitations now. Sorry, But yeah, that happened. That stuff did happen though. That wasn't the Superstars imitations. The Rock pretending to be Kane, and he's like, you can slice your throat and go, my name is Kane. And that was funny. Shawn Michaels pretending to be Hulk Hogan on that Larry King live show. That's funny. I think that's always funny every time to see that. Hope he's talking about how he needs to hang it up. He doesn't have it anymore to take on Shawn Michaels. Brother, pretending to blow his knee out. And what else? Kane impersonating The Rock and Hulk Hogan because Kane asked them if they're ready, and The Rock's like, it doesn't matter if you're ready because when everybody goes there, it's gonna be with all the Hulkamaniacs, all The Rock's fans, and all the 7,000 screaming Canaanites. That's really funny. And he's like, what you gonna do when Hulk Hogan and The Rock run wild on you? That was funny. Hilarious stuff. I loved it when Kane did that kind of stuff. And what else was funny? What else did Vince McMahon pretending to be Ric Flair, and Kurt Angle ruined like Ric Flair when he was happy to be back on Raw, and Kurt Angle and Ric Flair got into like a woo-off, and Triple H says, enough! And Triple H tells Kurt Angle, you know that's gimmick infringement, right? And then The Rock telling somebody that they're going to lay the smackdown on him, but Mankind says it instead. And then it showed, all that stuff I talked about with DX and you pretending to be the Nation of Domination and stuff like that. And then it shows Triple H and Shawn Michaels pretending to be the McMahons, which is Vince and Shane McMahon. That was pretty cool. So a lot of cool stuff there, and then that was the end of the episode. And I really enjoyed this episode. Something that makes this show a lot of fun to watch. It's a lot of fun to go back and rewatch the past stuff from WWE/WWF. I think it's a lot of fun. Sometimes it wasn't sometimes it isn't fun, but you know what? It's still fun. Even though if they show bad moments, it's still nice to look back on the bad moments, even if they are bad. Whether they're good or bad, it's still nice to look back at the old stuff from WWE, WWF, which stands for Worldwide Wrestling Federation, or WWW or WWF. So let me go there. So sometimes it's fun to go back to look back on the stuff from WWF, WWF, or WWE. It's really fun to look at that kind of stuff, and I enjoy watching this show. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna sign off this video now. You can check out my other YouTube channels, Owen the Talkinator up here, where you can check out my non-wrestling videos. CM Brothers down there, where I talk about both wrestling and non-wrestling content. You can check out my friend James Hebert has 2 YouTube channels. Actually, wish him luck too. He's going for his road test, and hopefully he passed. I hope he passed, so that'd be cool. And you can check his 2 YouTube channels. One is James Hebert over here, where he makes custom Titantrons of professional wrestlers. It's a really cool YouTube channel. I like to watch it. And you can check out his other channel over here. It's called Wayne Youth Wrestling, and he's having a 32-man tournament. I don't remember if it's 32 or 33. I don't know. All of a sudden, I don't remember. It's around that. It's 32 or 33. I forget. I think it's 32 because there's no way he can have a 33-man tournament because then somebody would have to automatically qualify. So I'm just going to say 32. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Whatever. But a 32-man tournament, and for the WYW Championship, this is to crown the first ever WYW champion, and I'm going to be one of the 32 people in that tournament, and I'm going to win the thing. And actually, he did make a WYW promo video, so that channel is coming back really soon. And I can't wait to see that channel because it's a good channel. It's cool stuff. It's everything that I want from the WWE nowadays that they're giving me. So that's about it. You can also subscribe to my channel down below for future content on this channel. And you can also check out the past stuff on this channel. That's a lot of fun to do too. That's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later.